right. Welcome back to another episode of my movie review series. Episode 93. Now, last week I said I was going to come back and do a superhero film, comic book superhero film. Well, it's time to slam evil because I'm doing the Phantom. 1996. Starring my man Billy Zane. Love that guy. Yeah, Treat Williams, Christy Swanson, Catherine Zeta-Jones. Before we knew her as Catherine Zeta-Jones, James Raymer, Patrick McGoohan, and Carrie. You know, the Japanese dude that played every single villain in every single '90s action film. He was in it too. So yeah, man, I tell you, this movie, it's it's a fun picture. It's a fun movie. I mean, fun movie. Family friendly, everything. It was just real, real good to see, man. I tell you, real good to see. I mean, it's not the best movie in the world, but it's a real good movie. It give you that nice little. It's a great adventure film. It gives you that nice little Indiana Jones feel. You know, it's a superhero Indiana Jones basically. You spend time in the city in 1930s era of New York, and you spend time in the jungle. It's great. It's great. Swashbuckling action. Great Indiana Jones feel. Movie about the Phantom. He's taking he's chasing these guys that is going after these three artifacts, these ancient skulls that alone, they're just collector's items. But if you put them together, one made of gold, one made of silver, one made of jade. If you put them together, then you're going to be one unstoppable human being, because you're going to because these things are very, very powerful, very, very dangerous. They may look like just simple artifacts. One minute gold, one minute silver, one minute jade, but they're not. They're powerful objects. Once you put them together. So yeah, this guy named Xander Drax, Xander Drax, begins and ends with an X. Xander Drax, that gentleman, played by Treat Williams. But yeah, this guy, he wants the skulls, so he's going to do whatever it takes just to possess them. So yeah, the Phantom, you got to stop him from doing it. Yeah, the Phantom, the ghost who walks. This guy, he's a myth. He's considered a myth, a legend. People hear stories about this figure in the jungle. That's why people stay out of the jungle, because they hear stories about this figure in the jungle. He cannot die. That's why they call him the ghost who walks. But he is not immortal. He's the 21st of many crime fighters, many men that came before him The last one that came before him was his own father that was killed by one of the guys that worked for Xander Drax. A man named Quill, played by James Raymer. So when this particular Phantom, Kit Walker, his real name, when he finds out that Quill is the man that killed his father, he sees the same gun belt that the Phantom has. You know, he knew that that was the man right there. So it's kind of like a personal mission for him too. He's gonna retrieve that gun belt, which he did around the end of the film. So he's taking care of every single bad guy he comes across. And then we have Christian Swanson's character name of Diana Palmer. She's mixed up in this. But this particular character, she's not the damsel in distress. I mean, wow, she can really take care of herself. This is one feisty chick, man. So yeah, yeah, she can. She can really handle business. Yeah, she became a real great ally to the Phantom, and eventually became the girlfriend because she have old history with Kit Walker, with friends in college. So when they finally reconnect, he sees her. She haven't changed a bit. Still as feisty as ever. But yeah, I tell you though, yeah, this movie though, it's just one of those. It was one of those hit or misses. The movie could have been a hit, but unfortunately, it was one of those films that was dated back in a time that nobody can relate to. The 1930s. So it was one of those misses, also. But I guess you could say it has a cult following because the people out there that's still familiar with this movie. I'm sure they are. I mean, I liked the movie since '96. When I first saw it, I liked it then. I still like it now. I mean, it had no effect on me. I mean, hell, there's another movie out there called The Shadow that was dated back in the 1930s, and it's a '90s film. So, as a matter of fact, the movie came out 2 years before this one. But yeah, it was another hit or miss. But I'll get to that later on down the line, pretty soon. But yeah, it was But this movie though, it's something that you shouldn't have to sleep on. Get familiar with it. At least once. Phantom '96. Get familiar at least once. So you know, it's great. Like I say, great swashbuckling action. With the guy, he dealing with pirates. These group of pirates called the Singh Brotherhood. Another legendary group that existed for ages. 400 years worth of time. So and plus the Singh Brotherhood, they're the ones that made the Phantom who he is. The very first Phantom. He saw his father get killed by the leader of the very first leader, the evil Kabba Singh. You know, so he's seen his father get killed by him. He swore vengeance. So he grew up trained in tribal combat, and he took on the same brotherhood. So every single Phantom that came after him, they all followed the vow, the oath of the very first Phantom. So, once Kit Walker comes in, the 21st Phantom, you know, he too have pledged the oath. So, whoever comes after him, tradition just keeps rolling on and on and on. So, but yeah, back to the movie though. Once these skulls, once these skulls get gets together, there's no stopping the possessor. But here is the kicker: there's a fourth skull. Fourth skull controls the power of the other three. And who has that? Well, if you've seen the thumbnail, you see that ring Phantom wears. So yeah, man, this movie though, it was a hit and a miss. Some people might consider it a hit, others might ignore it and consider it a miss. That's why I'm doing this review, because I'm telling you that you should give this movie a shot. Just give it a shot. I mean, it's a very entertaining film. I mean, great family friendly. You know, even though the movie is PG-13, it's a great family friendly film. So you just give it a shot. 100 minutes of it, and let's see how you like it. So yeah, this movie though, I give it a fair 3.5 out of 5. So 3.5 out of 5, The Phantom. That's my review on this movie, Jack, and I'm sticking to it. Now, next week, I see a bad moon rising. Next week I see trouble on the way. Ironically, it's a full moon next week, and I did not know about it until I'd seen the calendar recently, and it's a pre-taped show, so I'm going back into the horror field, take care of a few things with this particular film. So keep it locked right here, and subscribe to me right here. Well, check me out. Other things are here, and subscribe to me right here. But in the meantime, in between time, Jack, check out The Phantom once again. Hopefully you've seen it before. And this show is off.